Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into Mad Dog Fishing. In today's video, we're going to go over how to get set up for your own channel, for your own YouTube channel, or for Facebook or Instagram, or if you just want to record for memory's sake or vlog. We're going to go over some of the stuff that you'll need to get set up, and it can be really cheap or it can get really expensive. And it's really up to the individual how in depth they want to go with it. But today we're just going to go over the basics, some of the stuff that I use. I mainly do outdoor stuff, fishing, biking, hiking, backpacking, stuff like that. But my main focus is fishing, whether it's from a kayak or from the beach. But today we're going to talk about land-based vlogging, recording your fishing trips or your outdoor stuff. And we're going to start off, we're going to talk about a couple of different tripods, some different camera setups, and some of the basic equipment that will make recording a lot better, a lot easier, and you can get some really good footage. Now, you can start off really cheap and very inexpensive. This tripod here, this is one I picked up on Amazon. This is an ultralight tripod. It folds up to around 12 inches. You really have to be careful with it because it bends really easy, but I use this a lot. In fact, I used it for about 2 years before I had to upgrade to a larger one. And but as you can see, I have this one set up. It has a cage on it, and I will leave the link in the description. All this stuff we're covered. But this tripod on Amazon is only about $12, $15 if I remember correctly. And this cage right here, this is set up for your smartphone. Everybody already owns a smartphone. And it's a great way to get started. Excellent footage. I used the Samsung S9. I still use it to this day. A lot of outdoor vloggers use their smartphone. And so this cage, what it does, it just basically holds your smartphone. And the reason why you use the cage, because it can be handheld, you can mount a microphone on it, or you can mount lights. It has hot shoe mounts. It has female 1/4-20 adapters on it, so you can invert this to any direction, or you can mount other accessories on it. Now this tripod, I mean, it's adjustable all kind of different ways, so you can really set it up. We use this a lot surf fishing, or when I have my smartphone on it. It's usually when I'm running my mouth and not fishing. But really love this setup. You can get the cage for around $11. You can get the tripod for around $15. You can get the microphone set up for around, I think, $30. And it comes with everything. It comes with your cords that you need. It comes with this wind sock and also a place to mount it on the cage. Now, if you're using a Samsung, I will tell you in advance, you will need this splitter. Of course, Samsung had to be different, and I'll go over this splitter. I'll put a link in the description. It was kind of a pain finding this thing, so I'll save you the trouble. If you're using a Samsung and this is the direction you want to go, I'll leave a link in the description for this as well. Of course, it comes with an adapter if you want to step up your game and use a DSLR. Now, this is not the only microphone on the market. This is just a cheap one I got to help with wind noise when I'm out fishing. Wind noise can ruin a good video, and it has ruined a lot of mine. So you can get lapel type mics that clip onto you when you're wearing your chest harness, which we'll go over in just a minute. And now they've come out with wireless mics. And then we're going to talk about some of the action cameras I use. The one you're watching me on now is a GoPro Black 5. It's my favorite camera. It does a little bit of everything. I do slow motion in it. I can do time lapse. It's really a nice camera. If I want to stick it in the water, I can stick it directly into the water. Don't have to have a housing or anything. This camera here, this is the GoPro Hero 2018. We use it a lot as well. Most of the time I'll use it when I'm wearing a chest harness. There's not a lot of adjustments on it. It's just real simple. You just turn it on and go. But now that we've covered this whole setup, minus your smartphone, you can get set up for around 50 bucks. You're ready to go. You're ready to record. Now, let's talk about this other tripod. Now, this is more of a medium duty tripod. This is the Zomi. I also got it off of Amazon. This is a great tripod. It extends all the way up to 58 inches, I believe. And that's really eye level for when you're like out fishing or whatever, and you want to raise it up to where you can just sit here and talk to the camera, or let it get footage of you fishing or hiking or talking, whatever. Great setup. It's not quite as compact as the aluminum one, not quite as light, but it has a ton of adjustments on it, and it's really, really a nice tripod, especially for those of y'all that want to go with a DSLR with a heavier camera. This is the tripod to go with. Now, on this setup, I do have a light mounted on it with the GoPro, and the reason why GoPros are horrible, one of the cons of GoPro is they're horrible at low light recording and recording at dark. So a light is a must have if you plan on recording at night. This light, I believe you can get it on Amazon for around $25. It is super bright, as you can see. Of course, it has a couple of different adjustments on it. It's really superior light. It's also can be used for diving or snorkeling. I don't use it for that, but that's basically what it's for. So that's this setup. Those are our two setups when we're on the beach or land-based recording. We can just set up when it's usually me and Christian. One of us is tending to one of the tripods, moving it around as needed. Now let's talk about some of the basic equipment that will help get some really good footage, and that is this camera, this hat. You can get them with adapters for your smartphone, cameras. This one I bought, and it's really designed for a GoPro. As you can see, the GoPro mount on the front of it. There's a couple of different ones out there. They have some that have the mount right on top, and then I think they're called action hats. I believe this is just the brand of Amazon. I don't remember the price, but I will put a link in the description if I can find it. And you can just basically mount your GoPro right on front, and you just wear it like a baseball cap, and it sees what you see. Really nice, especially when you're out and you need your hands free. You don't want to be wearing the chest harness. So the hat is really handy. Let's talk about this kit right here. You can order a kit on Amazon. Now this stuff we're going to cover now is mainly for GoPro users. You can order this kit. This is a knockoff brand of the GoPro accessories. It comes with absolutely everything you could possibly need. Chest harness, wrist harness, head harness, handheld floats, selfie sticks, tripod, and a ton of other accessories I don't even use. You know, whether you're doing motocross or biking, it has stuff you can mount to your motorcycle, to your bicycle, to your helmet, all kind of attachments, stuff that I really don't need. But it does come in a kit, comes in a nice case, has a foam insert. You can remove the accessories that you don't need, has a place for your GoPro, batteries, and your accessories. I took the foam insert out of mine, and I just throw basically what I need in here, and we're going to talk about some of that stuff in just a minute. Also, something that you'll find comes in handy. Everybody knows about the selfie stick. You know, you can hook this up to do photos of, do selfie photos for doing intros or thumbnails or what have you. We use it usually when there's two people. When me and Christian, one of us has either the smartphone or a GoPro on a selfie stick. That way we can record the other person either reeling in the fish or what have you. Selfie sticks, nice and handy. Actually, this one is for a smartphone, and this one is for the GoPro, and it extends way on out there. I mean, it's quite a... So you got 2 selfie sticks. Now this kit is really inexpensive. You can get this kit for around 30 bucks off of Amazon. Like I said, this is just knockoff GoPro stuff. I don't have any problem with it. The chest harness we use a lot, especially when I'm by myself or I'm out wading and I need my hands free, or I'm kayaking. Chest harness is something I use a lot, and a lot of outdoor people use them as well. And I have 2 of these because I bought 2 of these kits. Another thing that you'll find useful in this kit, and this is a clip that clips onto your PFD or either backpack strap, or you can clip it onto the bill of your hat like so. If you don't have this GoPro hat, it just clips onto the front. You can rotate this around and you can just mount your GoPro right up front here. This thing will clip on just about anything. Love this thing. Like I said, I have 2 of them. And I usually, mainly when I use these is where I'm wearing my waders, where I cannot wear my chest harness, I'll clip it onto my waders, or if I'm in my kayak, I'll clip it onto my PFD. That way you get great audio from your voice and a great view. Now, if you're going to be recording a lot outdoors, you have 2 options when it comes to wind noise. Smartphones and GoPro pick up a lot of wind noise. They have adjustments on them for recording minus the wind, but you'll need a wind slayer windsock. This is just simply a foam covering that goes over your GoPro, or you can opt for the GoPro microphone adapter. It runs around 50 bucks, and then of course you'll have to have an additional microphone, like I said, whether it's a lapel, one that mounts on a tripod, or whatever. And we'll cover some of this other gear in just a moment. Okay, let's talk about some of the other stuff that I use. This stuff is really accessory stuff. You don't have to have it, but it makes recording a lot easier. And that's having extra batteries for your GoPro. Some people choose to hook up an external battery to their GoPro, and that's fine. You can record all day like that, but when you do that, it renders it where it's not waterproof anymore. So what I normally do, I went and I bought, it comes with a 2-pack of batteries and a charger, and I can keep both my cameras running all day long on these batteries. And this charger and these batteries, I think, was around 25 bucks on Amazon. Well worth the investment. And I will tell you, you might as well go ahead, if you're going to be using either your smartphone or the GoPro, is to go ahead and buy the biggest SD card you can afford. I have a 128 in my cameras and my smartphone, and we'll talk about the smartphone and why I use a big SD card in it in just a minute. Now, another GoPro camera that I have, now I don't use this one very often. This is the original GoPro. This is great for when you want to record underwater and sound quality or sound is not part of the equation or needed really, because it's in a dive housing and you just cannot hear anything. So if you just want underwater footage, some of the older GoPros work great. This is one of the originals. It doesn't have an external battery, so you have to charge the GoPro itself, and the battery life sucks basically. So but yeah, as far as underwater footage, and you still need to be using you can find these older GoPros usually on Facebook Market, eBay, or even pawn shops for little to nothing, probably under $50. I'm not sure. Now, I do use an external battery source for my smartphone when I'm recording from it a lot or taking pictures. I keep a backup battery so that I can charge my smartphone. That way, if I'm out in the field or I'm have no way to charge my phone from my automobile, I keep a battery backup. That way I can still keep in contact with people or emergency situations, or if I just want to use my smartphone for recording, I have a battery backup. Now, let's talk about some of the other accessories. This here is a monopod You really don't need it. I rarely use this. I actually bought this because it's going to be modified to go on my kayak as to get a higher shot. And this thing extends up to 6 feet, I believe. It's huge. But there's a ton of YouTube videos out there on how to modify this to where you can have a camera mount for your kayak. And I'm not going to go over all the setups for a kayak in this video. We're just going over the basics. Now let's get back to talking about smartphones. Everybody pretty much nowadays owns a smartphone. You can control your GoPros through the smartphone. You have a viewfinder for your GoPros. If you have the app, you can control, turn on, turn off, do whatever you want, your GoPros from your smartphone. Or you can just use your smartphone to do your recording. You can also use it to do your editing, which is what I do, believe it or not. I had a laptop that I was doing my editing from. It crashed, so I've been making do with the smartphone, and that's why I have to have the large SD card, because when you upload a lot of videos to your phone, if you don't delete them, you at least need to transfer them to an SD card so that you don't fill up the memory on your phone and slow it down. So that is so if you have a smartphone and $50, you can get this set up and you're good to go. And I'll swap the cameras up. I'll let you see what it looks like using the smartphone versus the GoPro. There's really not any difference. My Samsung is waterproof, so if it rains or gets wet, it's not going to hurt it. Now, I don't want to drop it in the water and lose it or anything, so that's mainly why I use a lot of GoPros. Plus, GoPros are compact. Like I said, you have a ton of accessories for it. And this whole setup with just one of these kits, minus the monopod and this camera here, just the equipment minus the cameras, I mean, it's less than probably $100. And that includes both tripods. With the cameras, 2 of these kits, the batteries, the backups, the windsocks, you're still looking at under $300, which is the price of a DSLR. And that gives me 1, 2, 3 cameras and my smartphone. So if you're just wanting to get started in making your own videos for YouTube, whether it's for outdoor or for fishing or whatever, $50, or you can get everything for less than $300. Now the cameras are, see if I can remember the prices on these cameras. The 2018 is around $200, $250. May be able to get a little cheaper. I'll check. I'll put the link in the description. The GoPro 5 is around $300, and then of course they've come out with the GoPro 6 and 7. The 7 is superior to all of them if you have that kind of money to invest. But guys, that's about it, and we're going to wrap this video up with that. I hope it helped. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and if you hadn't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're fixing to get back into the fishing. I've been trying to get back in shape, you know, being retired from truck driving and trying to just kind of figure out what I want to do next in my life. It's been keeping me busy, so I haven't put out a lot of fishing videos, but we're fixing to get back onto that. I just wanted to cover this today because even if you don't start a YouTube channel, it's a great way to record your fishing trips. Whether you use them as a log so that you can go back and look at them later on. But my thing is, everybody should have a YouTube channel because everybody has something that can help somebody else. Me and Christian have Mad Dog Fishing, and the purpose of this channel is to help people catch more fish. We're not here to show off on how many fish we can catch or how easy it is to catch, because it is not. We have to do our homework. So when we learn something new, we pass it on to you guys to help you be more successful, whether you're down on vacation or live in the area and new to surf fishing or inshore fishing or kayak fishing. Now, kayak fishing is fairly new to me. Just now getting into it for saltwater. And so it's kind of learn as you go. And as I learn, I'll pass the information on to you guys to help you be more successful. Guys, thanks for watching. And like I said, if you hadn't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're getting really close to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I'm really stoked about it. It's really a milestone in any YouTubers just trying to get started. So, and you'll see what I mean. If you decide to start a YouTube, when we started, I did not care about the numbers, and I still don't. I try to put out quality videos that help people, and that's it. But the numbers game does kind of come into it. You can't help but to think about the numbers sometimes. It's kind of exciting. But anyway, enough jibber jabbering, as Kyle for a while would say. So guys, we'll see you on the water. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, we are testing out, doing a side-by-side comparison, the smartphone versus the action camera. This is the GoPro 2018. This is the Samsung S9 Plus. Just doing a short comparison, see if you can really tell a difference. I think you have a lot more features when it comes to the action camera, but both of them have their pros and cons. There's some features I love about the smartphone. There's some features I love about the action camera. I use them both, but if you're just looking to get started, all you need is the smartphone. And this is just a basic 1, 2, 3 testing, doing audio, doing visual effects. Just tell me what you think, guys, and see if you can even really tell a difference. And guys, thanks a lot. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below.